I'm MacNcheesePlz, your host for today's workshop, where we will be taking a deep dive into YouTube analytics. You'll learn where to find your channel analytics, how to read them from your overall channel, and how to tell if a particular video is doing well. So let's dive into your YouTube analytics. Why is it so important that we understand where our YouTube analytics are coming from? Well, YouTube analytics define what is working and not working for your audience. You can gauge the success of your thumbnails or your video concept idea. If you're monetized, you can see how much money you are making on your videos, and you can see your demographic. You may have an idea of who you're creating videos for, but YouTube will tell you exactly who is watching your videos, which is really important. And we'll get into all that in just a moment. So, how do you find your channel analytics? So if you are on your channel page or you're on YouTube, you can easily find your channel analytics by clicking on your channel icon at the top right of your YouTube screen. This can be on any screen, it doesn't have to just be on your channel page. So what you'll do is you'll click on your icon and you'll have all of these settings. So we're about to dive into my personal channel analytics. So you'll be able to see what a creator of I almost at 100,000 subscribers, and my videos get between 22 to 35,000 views. So you'll be able to see my analytics from my channel side about a creator of my size on YouTube. So these are my personal analytics. If we go to YouTube Studio, we can see our channel dashboard. So this is a look at a glance of what your channel is doing on YouTube. Now, the most important thing that a lot of YouTubers look at is the latest video performance. This little square is going to be your best friend when you upload YouTube videos. So what this does, when you upload a YouTube video, it will tell you your ranking by views compared to the last 10 videos you upload, how your views are doing, and your click-through rate. So we'll go through all of this stuff. So my last upload was 2 days and 22 hours ago. So that's how long it was since I last uploaded a YouTube video. So I can see how this channel or this video is doing compared to other videos on my channel. So right now it's ranked number 6, not the greatest. Usually you want this video to be a good video. It will be in the 1, 2, or 3 spot. That's what I personally aim for. So because this video in the same time frame as other videos got 20,000 views, to me that's kind of like an idea. Maybe I need to reframe some stuff. So today's video that's going to post is a different idea. So it allows you to kind of experiment. And so that's why this ranking, your ranking by views, is really important. And when you upload a video, this takes about an hour, maybe 2 hours to fully update. So you won't be able to get an idea of your channel until then. Your next thing that we're going to be looking at is your views. This tells you how many views that video has received. Your impressions, click through rate, or CTR. We are going to be talking about this a lot, and your average view duration. So in my last video basics workshop about YouTube, I told you guys that CTR and AVD, your average view duration, were very important metrics to track. YouTube has added these metrics into this little platform. These two used to not be here a couple of months ago. So they added these in there so you can get a glance at how well your video is doing. So impressions click-through rate. This is the percent of people who saw your thumbnail and decided to click your video. Your average view duration is how long they stayed and watched that video. So those are important things here. Your channel analytics, this is a look at a glance of how your channel is doing. All of these metrics right here, they will be in other tabs that will go even further into your analytic deep dive. But if you just want to see your channel at a glance, here you can see your current subscribers in the last 28 days. Now, if you notice on your channel page to the public, you're only seeing that I have 99,400 subscribers. But if we head over to my actual page, I can tell you that I have 99,466 subscribers. Now, this is important because YouTube used to allow you to see up to the minute or to the point of your your YouTube subscribers. But there was a whole James Charles debacle last year. There was some drama that was between him and another YouTuber, and people were literally streaming his YouTube subscriber count drop. And it was this whole cancel culture thing. YouTube thought it was really, really toxic and just nixed the entire thing. They said, this isn't going to be a thing for the public. We don't want people to do this to people. So Social Blade no longer gives you your like subscriber up to the minute. It no longer updates like that. And that's a little bit of history on why. But as a content creator, you can see what your actual subscribers are, which is pretty nice. Your views, this is a view summary. So this tells you how many views you have received in the last 28 days and the percent if that's up or if that's down. Your watch time hours, this is really important and the number that you want to look for if you are not monetized yet, because your watch time hours is how much how many hours people spent watching your channel. You need 4,000 watch time hours in a year in order to be monetized on YouTube. So this tells you what your watch time hours is for that period. This is the last 28 days. We had 73,000 watch time hours. And then, of course, your revenue. This is your projected revenue in the last 28 days. And it tells you if there's an increase or a decrease, which is pretty nice. And we'll go more into all of these individual tabs as well. So down here, you'll see your top videos. This gives you a sense of your top videos in your last 48 hours and the amount of views that they had received in the last 48 hours. This is particularly really good information if you aren't really sure what you're trying to go for yet, if you don't know the exact method or niche that you're trying to niche down to on YouTube. This tells you what your viewers are watching on your YouTube channel in the last 48 hours and how many views these received. In my last 48 hours, my top views were human fall flat videos, but I've been over here making Minecraft content, which might be a look inside why my ranking lately for my last couple of videos have been 5, 6, 7. So this might tell me that maybe I should be making some human fall flat content instead. So now that you have your channel dashboard, let's take a look at your actual analytics. So this is going to be how you'll find your actual analytics. There's two different ways. Well, there's a way. If your YouTube channel looks like this when you first log into it, you can just hit this little sandwich and you can see all the text right here. Some people like a more sleek view and they just know what the icons look like. And if you hover over it, you can see what all the different things are. I like it collapsed or uncollapsed. That allows me to see it easily. Just click what I want. So here's my overall channel analytics. So we'll go into channel analytics and then we'll go into video analytics. And I will have some questions. I will open this up for some questions because I know that this is going to get very dense in a minute. So once we finish Reach, I will open it up for questions for you guys. So your channel analytics gives you an idea about how the overall channel is doing and how it's performing. You see a lot of similar numbers that we saw on the last page, but this time it's going to be a lot more in depth. So now we have numbers with a graph, and this graph is really interesting and fun because you can see with these little icons here, these icons mean I uploaded a video. So you can directly see how uploading a video will impact your channel. So we have an upload here. We can see that we have a peak here. And then I did an upload, there's a valley. And then there's a peak and a valley. So this allows us to see some trends. So over here, we have views. It also tells us in the last 28 days how it compared to usual. So I am seeing a lot of increase in growth in my YouTube channel, which is great news. So this allows you to see the health, the overall health of your channel. Some other things that you can see on your channel is your real time, which this updates live. So it tells you how many subscribers I have in the real time, as well as in the last 48 hours, how many views my channel received. It's YouTube. YouTube knows everything. YouTube's super creepy. And I can hover over these little bars and I can see per the hour. So from yesterday, from 2 to 3 o'clock, I received 571 views on my channel. If you're seeing a lot of peaks around very specific times, this might help you decide when you want to upload a YouTube video. There is another graph that we'll get to in a little bit that is amazing. It's brand new within the last month or so. And it's one of my favorite things. I'm so happy YouTube did this. So we'll get into that in a moment. So this also shows the top videos and the exact view count in the last 48 hours that these videos have received. Over here, we have top videos in this time period. So, what does that mean in this time period? So, over here, we can actually customize what we're looking at. So, it natively by default gives you the last 28 days. But what we can do is move this to be maybe 7 days. Maybe you want to see 90 days, the last year, lifetime of the channel, so you can get an overall idea of how your channel is doing by week, by month, every 3 months, however you want to customize it. By default, it's 28 days. So in this time period, these are the top performing videos that I have. What's interesting is you'll see a Roblox video in here. This video, when I first uploaded it, didn't do very well, but the fact that it has in the last 28 days 24,000 views tells me that this video is on a trend. And what you can do if you see something out of the ordinary, you can actually click the video and then you can go into that video's analytics. And here, as I predicted, it is seeing an upward trend in what this video is performing. Again, it didn't perform very well when I first uploaded it, but for some reason, YouTube likes it and it's picking it up. So we'll go into more video analytics in just a minute, but right now we're looking at the overall channel analytics. So that is what you can do and see if there is a trend. You'll kind of pick up what's going on with that video. The next tab we have is reach. Now, this is going to get very dense, so please bear with me. I promise we'll open up for questions if there are any after this part right here. So, impressions. This is how many times your thumbnails were shown to viewers. Your click through rate is how many views per impression shown. So, how many times people saw your thumbnail and then actually clicked your video. You're probably wondering, well, is this a good impression? I don't know. It says it's down 4%. Does that mean it's good? Well, half of all channels on YouTube have a click through rate ranging between 2 and 10%. So if you have a click through rate that's between 2 and 10%, then that is normal. You are normal, my friend. If it's below 2, you might want to consider changing your thumbnails. If it is higher than 10% or on the higher end of 10%, then analyze what you're doing on your channel and the videos you're creating because you're doing something right and YouTube is noticing it. Your views. Channel views are how many people visit your channel. This allows you to determine when to upload videos and see videos that performed really well and predict seasonal changes. What do I mean by seasonal changes? So as we can see here, we can click all these different things and the graph will change. So with your views, we can see that we performed really, really well in July, right? So we're getting 33 to 38, 36,000 people are coming to my channel in July. And then August hits. What's going on in August? August, we have 21,000, we have 17,000. What on earth is happening? We had such a great month in July. Well, when we think about it, the kiddos, they're going back to school. They're not watching YouTube as much because they're preparing to go to school or they're already in school. So that is a seasonal change that we're able to predict based on seeing July and what's happening in August and just knowing the school cycle. Unique viewers. What's this? What are unique viewers? Well, unique viewers, this is the estimated number of individuals who came to watch your channel. Then we can break it down even further. We can see the traffic source types. We can see all the different types of traffic that came to our YouTube channel. So what is this? This is how viewers found your content. So they can find it by browse features, traffic to their homepage, their subscription feed, suggested videos. This is suggestions appearing alongside other videos. But what does that mean? I don't understand. So that is, here's another YouTube page. Up next, this is YouTube suggesting a video. And what's interesting, this is a Minecraft video that I posted. It's suggesting one of my human fall flat content. So that's YouTube telling me, hey girl, you should be making more human fall flat content because that's what people want to watch. YouTube's algorithm, it works by engagement. So if people are engaging with certain videos, that's how you know that it's going to do well with the algorithm, because the algorithm is all about the viewer. Algorithm doesn't really care about the content creator because it cares if the viewer is interested in the video. If the viewer is watching the video, that means they're watching ads and YouTube is making money. So if the viewer likes the video, then YouTube will continue to suggest that video to other people. So I can expect this video to probably see a bump in the next couple of days if it continues to get suggested. If people see this thumbnail and they say, I'm going to click that video, then I know that this video might see a bump later on. So that is what suggested videos is. YouTube search, these are people that are using search terms to actually find your content. This is why it's really, really important to label your videos and your titles of your videos in a searchable way. Don't use words that people aren't looking up on Google. Don't use words that are outside of normal vocabulary for your demographic, because people aren't going to find your video. You want it to be searchable content. And I make Minecraft videos. So I put Minecraft mac and cheese please as my tags. And so anytime someone searches Minecraft or mac and cheese please, those options for my videos may come up in their search results. And then we also have impressions and how they led to watch time. So, what does this graph mean? I don't understand. So, this is impressions. So, YouTube recommended my channel 59% of the time. And I got 5.6 million impressions in the last 28 days. What does that mean? That means 5.6 million people saw my content being suggested to them. 7.7% of them actually clicked my content. So that means that because 7.7 clicked my content, 4,301 people decided to watch my video. So those are views from impressions. Because they watched my video, we found out that they watched my video an average of 5 minutes. Because they watched my video for an average of 5 minutes, that means my watch time from impressions is 36,000 hours. So that I have 36,000 hours in the time period, which is 28 days. So that's how you read this little graph here. We also can see traffic source from external. What does that mean? Traffic source from external is the websites and apps that are embedded or links to your channel. So you can see all the websites that people are using to push to your channel. So we have Google, we have Bing, people are using Bing, we have Google search, YouTube, My Way, all these websites. We can see the percent of people that are using it. Something very interesting to note, and why I push having tags and searchable titles for your videos. Google search is 57% of how people are finding my videos externally. So that means they're typing in Google something Minecraft related. If you did a video and you fought the Ender Dragon in the video, maybe you tagged the video how to fight the Ender Dragon. Maybe you're not necessarily doing a how to, but you did it in your video. If you did it, you put that as a tag, people look it up how to do it on YouTube, they're getting video content suggestions. Maybe they click your video that way. So that's really interesting that your Google search is how people are finding your videos. You can even break this down and see the see more. So if you do see more here, you also may have noticed this advanced mode. Advanced mode and see more is very, very similar. It's pretty much the same thing. So if I do see more right here, I can get an even bigger breakdown of what is happening on my YouTube channel. So right here, we can see that Google, Bing, YouTube, My Way, Twitter, these are all ways people are watching my videos. We can see how many views came from these search engines and websites. And not only can we see how many views, we can see how long from that particular source they watched my video for on average. So we have a really high number right here, 13 minutes. Where's that coming from? Discord. So that means I posted the link or someone posted the link in Discord and they watched basically the whole video inside the Discord player. So that's really awesome. So that allows you to see even bigger breakdown of where your traffic is coming from on YouTube. All right, so we also have your traffic source YouTube search. These are the tags that people are finding your content from. What tags are you using to put your content? I have mac and cheese, please. We have AFMA human fall flat. So again, that human fall flat video that keeps getting recommended to people, they're finding it through this tag. You can see other tags. Again, all of these have a breakdown of see more, and you can see based on the tags how long people are watching your content. So it's actually really, really interesting when you think about all the different analytics and the way people are finding your content and how long they're watching your content because of the way they found it. So I know that was a lot to go for. Do we have any questions on what we've talked about so far? We talked about overall overview and reach of your channel. We're going to get into video analytics in just a minute, but so far, do we have any questions? Okay. I have heard that we have a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to sip some tea and wait to see if you guys have any questions. And if there are any stragglers, then I will answer your questions, but we can go ahead and move to the next round if there aren't any questions. I don't know who my audience is. Ooh, Artsy will. We're going to go over that in just a second. You will find out who your audience is once we go to the audience tab. We're going to deep dive all about your audience. But the next one we'll go to is engagement, and then we'll learn more about your audience. So let's dive into engagement. In the engagement tab, it's extremely important. You're going to have really good numbers here. These are the kind of numbers that will help you determine if your video is successful. Do we have access to this right away, or do you have to reach some sort of threshold? You should have access to your YouTube analytics immediately. Not all of these tabs will be available to you. Revenue will not show up until you reach the monetization threshold, which we will go over in just a second. But you will have access to at least these four immediately. And then you'll get access to revenue a little bit later. Um, Hopefully that answers your question. And then don't worry, Artsy will, we will get to your question in just a moment. Um, all right. So, why is engagement so important? Engagement is extremely important because the YouTube algorithm is based on viewer engagement. If people aren't interested in your videos, if they're not engaging with your videos, YouTube sees that as a bad video. So, what's engagement? Engagement is views, how long they're on your channel for, clicks, if they're liking and subscribing, if they're engaging with your content in other ways. So, your end cards, your description, any links you have, that is all engagement. If your viewers are engaging with your channel, then you know that you have good engagement rates, which means the algorithm has you in their favor. Let's go into what all these engagement numbers mean though. So, your watch time hours, how long people spent watching your channel in the duration selected. So, we have our duration selected 28 days. You can definitely tailor this on the engagement page. Every single one of these tabs has a duration. So, if you want to see something very specifically, you can see that in here. So, we have it tailored to 28 days. That's what it is by the default. What is your average view duration or your AVD? What does this mean? So, average view duration, the average time spent watching your videos in total. This breaks down further when applying it to individual videos. So, we'll go over that in a second. But overall, on my channel, people are watching overall all of my videos for about 5 minutes and 43 seconds. This is a great AVD if my videos are 10 minutes. If my videos are more than 20 minutes consistently, or 25 minutes or 30 minutes, this would be a pretty bad ABD. So you want to put this in relation to how long your videos are. My videos on average are about 12 to 15 minutes. So this is a very okay ABD. It says it's 18% up, so that's great news for me. I love it. I've been experimenting more with when I'm putting ads in my channel to bring up my average view duration, which is another video that or another workshop that we'll go over when we do nitty gritty details, the little things about YouTube. But right now we're going to concentrate on engagement. So again, you can see how uploads are influencing your engagement. Every time we have an upload, our engagement has a peak. So you may notice that a lot of gaming YouTubers, they post videos almost every single day, if not every single day on YouTube. And that means that their engagement is really high. And that's why a lot of these gaming YouTubers keep getting recommended because they have daily uploads, the engagement is really high. And so YouTube will push their videos into the algorithm. What else do we have here? We have some top videos. So, your top videos here are your most watched videos in the time period selected. This will help you decide on what type of community or what type of content your community gravitates to and help solidify your niche if you have been experimenting with something. So, here we have a human fall flat video, we have some Minecraft videos, and this tells us how many views in the last 28 days people have been engaging with in the top videos. Top videos by end screen. What's this? You have the ability to select what videos you want to appear on your end screen when you're uploading a video. So this tracks the successfulness of that engagement tactic. So my end screen, I have these videos that we're pushing to people, and it tells you how many times they actually clicked on that video, which is fantastic. So you can see the people that made it to the end screen saw this thumbnail, the thumbnail and title, and that means 2,000 people decided to click that video. That's great. We have our top playlists. Top playlists are your playlists and which ones people are most reacting with. I have a one block survival playlist. It looks like 48% of people who have seen it are actually clicking on it, which is fantastic. I have a human fall flat playlist and a Minecraft mini game playlist. These playlists I actually have in my description, and it looks like people are reacting to my description links, which is also really good news. Your top end screen elements. What is this? Well, at the end of your videos, you have various options on what you can put as an end screen element. This shows you how successful your selection was. I always do best for viewer in the most recent upload. So this allows you to see how that did. So best for viewer has 13% clicks. Like 13% of people who saw it clicked on that video. That's great. The subscribe that I also have at the end of my video, 0.2%. Not many people are clicking on it. I might consider not doing it. That's a good threshold to see if people are even clicking on that subscribe button. They're not. That's okay. All right, so we have our top cards. What are cards? Cards are the little eye announcements that slide on the top right of your screen. This shows you how often people actually clicked on them. So if you're ever watching a video something slides in and you have a little drop down and it says mac and cheese please suggested you watch this video. That's what a card is. I usually do two cards. I do one card as a playlist and one card as a video. So here, of the people who saw the cards, people clicked on this video 74 times, and people who saw the card for my one block survival, they also clicked on the video. So that's really, really good that people are they're engaging with the cards and the elements that YouTube is putting on the screen. All right, let's go to our audience. Hopefully this answers some of your questions, Will. um, any tips to increase engagement on videos? Yes. So to increase engagement on videos, that's heavily going to rely on your thumbnail and your title. So you want to have a really, really good eye-catching thumbnail, because when people are scrolling, if they're scrolling and they see a really interesting thumbnail, that's going to allow them to be like, huh, yeah, I'm going to click on that video. And that's an engagement. Another engagement tip is call to actions inside of the video. So a lot of YouTubers, they get made fun of for being like, comment, like, and subscribe, or don't forget to let me know in the comments down below, or turn on the bell if you want to receive notifications. Those are all things that everybody can say on repeat because they've heard their favorite YouTubers say it 100 times. Those are all engagement tactics. So because people are liking the video, that is an engagement value that YouTube is tracking. If more people are liking a video than disliking the video, YouTube will push that video more. If people are commenting on the video, that is another engagement tactic. So what you can do is tell people to tell me your favorite color in the comments down below, and I'll feature your question or your response in my next video. Those are things that people will do. So if you ever hear call to actions inside of a YouTube video, people are trying to solicit engagement so that their video goes up. I hope that answers your question. It does work. It does. And a lot of kids, they eat it up, because recently I've seen a lot of gaming YouTubers do this. And I think I'm going to start doing it too, because it seems to be the new meta. People are doing a comment of the day, so they'll pick Twitter, Instagram, or other social media where people are commenting with their stuff, and then displaying their username and their comment up on the screen of their YouTube video. If you're a 10-year-old and you see that your favorite YouTuber put your name and comment on the video, that's a really big deal to you. So that's going to solicit other kids to comment because they want their name on your video too. So that's another way to solicit engagement from people. All right, let's go over to audience. This is how you figure out who your audience is. It is the makeup of your community. These analytics here get extremely detailed and borderline creepy, but it's really, really great information when you are curating your content and thinking about merch ideas, because I may think my audience skews male because video games male, sure, but my YouTube analytics will actually tell me some interesting facts. So let's dive into what your audience is. So what is unique viewers? What is this? What does this mean? So this is the average number of times your channel received a view per view in the time period selected. So I had 195,000 unique people come to my channel. They viewed my channel an average of 3.9 times. So this tells me that I'm uploading videos and those same people are coming back to my channel an average of 3 or 4 times. That's really great news. The higher this number is, the better it is, because that means people are engaging with your content and they're continuing to come back. The subscriber is how many subscribers you received in the time period listed. This number will get even more detailed when we go over the individual video analytics. So my favorite thing that I got really giddy about earlier is When your viewers are on YouTube, this is a brand new graph. I don't even know if everybody has access to this or if this is still in beta. I got it when it was in beta, so only a couple people, not a couple, but like probably like 10,000, however much the pool was of people had access to this. I had this YouTube analytic and I love it. This allows you to see the exact time frame that your viewers are watching YouTube. This can help guide you on when you want to upload a video. So keep in mind here, YouTube says publish time doesn't affect the long-term performance of a video. It says it right here. It's not known to do so, but if you're posting a video when your viewers are online and you're soliciting engagement, the initial engagement is going to be high and your video will get recommended. So, this isn't to say it wouldn't get recommended at the normal amount of time if people are still engaging normally, but I mean, it can't help but do it when people are online, right? So, this tells me that my audience likes to watch around 5 o'clock on Sunday. On other days, is about 5 o'clock is a high volume of people. We also have people are on in the morning. So this graph right here tells me people are online in the morning. They're on their phone, probably at school, this huge chunk, but maybe still on YouTube. Many of my viewers are watching YouTube. And then after school, when the kids finish homework and or they're winding down for the night, maybe they're supposed to be doing homework, but they're in their bedrooms, they're watching YouTube instead. So from 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock until about 7 or 8, the kids are watching YouTube and then it starts to dwindle down. So this is a really, really good analytic. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. I love looking at it. I'm really happy YouTube did that. Um, I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Enough about that. All right, subscriber bell notifications. What's this? The percent of total subscribers who have notifications turned on for your channel. So when you mock the YouTubers, when they're like, turn on the bell, this is what that bell is. So I can tell you that 42% of the people that are subscribed to my channel have notifications turned on for my channel. So that means when I upload a video or I publish a post or I go live on YouTube, if I decide to stream on YouTube, that means that 42% of them are going to get a push notification either to their phone or to their email account that I created content. All right. Moving down to some more creepy stuff, watch time from subscribers. So I can tell you the people that are watching my videos, 71% of them are not subscribed. What are you doing, man? Subscribe to my videos. So I'm kidding. And then subscribe. These are the people who are subscribed. 28% are watching my videos. This is actually really common. A lot of times people are not subscribed watching YouTube videos. How many times have you just stumbled across a suggested video on YouTube and you liked the video, but you didn't subscribe? That's me. I do that a ton. I do not always subscribe to people, even though I like their content. So that's why call to actions. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe. People do it all over various timestamps throughout their videos. And that's why, because this is a very, very common number. More people are not subscribed watching your videos than are subscribed. We can also see, oh, something else that's interesting. If we click see more on this, we can see the not subscribed versus subscribed and the average view duration. So the average view duration for people who are not subscribed to my channel is about a minute less than the people that are subscribed to my channel. So this is also how view duration affects your channel. And so we can totally see that percentage right there. So that's another fun little graph. YouTube has tons of graphs. If you could see more on all of these, you'll see some interesting graphs. All right. So we also have our top countries. So these are the top countries that are watching my videos. We can see that 52% of country or 50% of people watching my videos are from the United States. And then we have the Philippines. 13% of people in the Philippines are watching my videos. And I have to think that this is probably due to my upload time. I try to upload YouTube videos around 5 o'clock to 5:30, 6 o'clock p.m. is when I chose to upload videos because as we see here, that's when my viewers are online. So that's when I upload my videos and that probably is why Philippines is marketed there, because it's probably early morning for them, if I had to guess. I don't know that. I made it up, but if I had to guess, it probably is. And then if we click see more, we can even get a more breakdown of all of the countries that are watching my videos. And then the average view duration we have for each of these videos as seen here. So very, very interesting. We can see that of the United States, we have 6 minutes for the United States. Philippines are engaged for 4 minutes. We have the United Kingdom, they're engaged for 5 minutes. So we can definitely get that breakdown by country of how engaged they are. We also can break it down even further by gender. What? Age and gender? So we can find out that my audience, surprisingly, is female. 65% of the people that watch my videos are female, while 34% are male. This is an interesting statistic because on Twitch, it's backwards. When I am on Twitch, my age demographic is males between the age of 24 and 35 is probably my Twitch demographic. But here we're seeing that it's actually females. So this is really good to know. Something else that you're going to want to account for, we have this age demographic too, right? So we can see the ages and we want to note this. 32%, this is what YouTube says, 32% of the people watching my channel are 35 to 45-year-olds. Let's think critically on this. Are they really watching a family friendly Minecraft channel? I don't know if 44-year-old Karen is watching my Minecraft videos, but what probably is happening is little Susie, who's maybe 10, is watching my channel on her mom's account. So if you have a weird number, if your demographic, if it's displaying a weird number that you're like, let's dig a little deeper in there. 55 to 64-year-olds and 45 to 54-year-olds, it says 11%. I don't know if 54, this is my mom. Mom, thank you so much for watching my YouTube videos. But if this is my mom and my parents and my family members, that's great, right? So that accounts for that small amount. But this is more likely going to be someone on a child on their mom's account. So what we want to look at is what's the next biggest thing? What could our actual demographic be? Well, based on this, I would say that my actual demographic is probably somewhere in this 18 to 24 and 25 to 34 range, because we have that 21% in the 18 to 24 and we have that 35 to 44 in the 23 range. So I would say that if I'm trying to curate content, then I'm now thinking, all right, I'm trying to make content for, you guessed it, female. 65% of my audience is female and they're in high school. So maybe college. I'm making content for college females. And so that's who watches my content. If I'm making merch and I'm like, okay, merch, what do college kids wear? That's something that you want to think about. Is your logo interested? Is that going to be interesting to people in your demographic? So a lot of people on Twitch have merch, and I don't know the statistics on this, but in my general opinion, I feel like the people who actually buy merch on Twitch is probably a lot lower than the people that buy Twitch on or merch on YouTube. YouTube has a massive merch community. Everybody wants YouTuber merch. So it would behoove me to make merch for this YouTube demographic versus my male demographic on Twitch. So that is something that you want to take into account when looking at your audience. This also tells you how many percent of people are actually watching with closed captions. So most of my viewers are not watching with closed captions, but there is 2% that is. So that's also something else that you want to look at. And then something else that breaks down even more, if we go to see more, and this is one of my favorite things to look at, not only do you get to see the male and female breakdown, but you can actually see the watch time hours. So how much time a male versus a female is watching your channel. Substantially double, maybe even two and a half more times more a female is watching my videos longer than a male is watching my video. So if I wanted to curate more male content, I would go into my video views, which we're going to go into it in a second, and look at, okay, which of these video ideas appealed to more males, and then that's how you would curate a male audience if that's what you were going for. All right, so that is your audience. Let's go to revenue, and then we'll open it up to some questions if there are any questions. Wait, do you see these demographics make you as a creator want to alter the content in a particular direction? That's a really good question. So I knew going into it that my audience was going to be female mostly. I have a mentor who helped me guide my channel and my channel um content. Her name is Afmau, and so she's a friend of mine, and she really helped guide how my channel was going to look. And with her expertise, I was able to get like a head start on what my channel was going to be. So I knew the whole time that I was going to have a female audience. If I wanted to have a more male audience, looking at my analytics, I would be able to decide how to get a male audience based on my video analytics, which we'll go into in a second. All right, so let's go into revenue, and then we'll open up for questions. So type your questions now, and I will get to them after we go over revenue. So I would say I'm a smaller content creator on YouTube. I don't have 100,000 subscribers yet, just about to hit that threshold. My videos average 25,000 to 30,000 views recently. Before, my channel average would be, in July, I got a really big push from YouTube. Thank you, people at YouTube who found my channel. I don't know what happened, but I got a really awesome algorithm push in July. And so I was able to double my revenue, which we'll go over in a second. But this is a good look at someone my size, how much revenue they make just on YouTube. And everybody is different. And we're going to go into that right now. Why is everybody different? What does all this mean? So this tab will not be visible to you unless you have monetization available for your YouTube channel. In order to be monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 400 watch time hours in a 12-month period. So, or 4,000 watch time hours in a 12-month period. So, once you hit that, you can apply for YouTube Partner, and then you'll see this awesome revenue tab. So, this is what all of this means. So, your estimated revenue is your total estimated revenue for the time period. This is where things get really confusing, and we're going to be like, what is going on here? So bear with me, bear with me. RPM stands for revenue per mile. This is how much revenue you earn per 1,000 views. This number is different for everybody. You can find your RPM by dividing your estimated revenue. So this is my estimated revenue by your total views in the same time period. So if you want this number to go up, you will make more content on your YouTube channel. So that's why we have these gaming channels and other channels posting daily content, so that this number goes up, because the more people that are consuming your content, the bigger your RPM will be. Now, do not burn out and say, okay, I want to make content. Let's go. Do not do that. I would wait, in my personal opinion, until like I post 2 videos a week, sometimes 3 videos a week. I wouldn't go daily until you can sustain that mentally, right? Because posting videos and editing videos daily is a lot of work. Until you get to a certain threshold where you can hire an editor to help you out, it's not worth the stress just to maybe have the payoff. I would definitely wait to do that. But once you hit a good threshold, then this number will start going up. The more you post, the more views to your channel, the more estimated revenue, the higher your RPM is. So what is CPM? This word gets tossed around all the time. CPM means cost per mile. It tells you how much advertisers paid per 1,000 monetized playbacks. So this is what advertisers are paying to be put on my channel. This number will vary between the video analytics that we're about to get into in just a second. And this varies between you, this varies between me, this varies between gaming channels, this varies between vlogging, the beauty community. This is going to be a number that is going to be all over the place. I've seen this number as high as 10 or $15. I've never seen it that high for me personally, but this is a number that's going to change, and this is a number that's going to change. No two people will have the same numbers, so it's going to widely depend on your content. If you're not family friendly, these numbers are going to be lower, because if you're not advertiser friendly, no one's going to want to be on your videos. And so that's where you see a lot of people bleeping out stuff, but the YouTube algorithm recognizes beeps, and you will actually not be demonetized, but and not shadow ban. That's not the right word, but the algorithm knows if you're bleeping your swears, and it won't promote your videos. So that's why you see a lot of people doing like a dolphin sound, or a dog bark, or something other than like a regular beep that you would hear on a live television. So that way the algorithm doesn't detect it. Has it detected a dolphin noise yet? I don't know. But let's go into more of this monthly estimated revenue. This is awesome. This is also a new feature. This wasn't here 6 months ago. This is very new. So we can see how my channel has grown. We got the massive bump in July. This was the most revenue my channel has ever made, ever. And that was really, really awesome. So July, my channel grew from 75,000 subscribers to 90,000 subscribers, like quick, super quick. That doesn't always happen. And so I was being really consistent with my content. In April, May, and June, I was burning out. I was trying to push out 3 videos a week. I couldn't do it. I wasn't delivering. I was missing deadlines, which is why I say do not try to upload daily until you are mentally ready to do it, because you will burn out. And if you burn out, then you're not making money. So this is my real revenue. This is revenue that my channel, as a smaller YouTube channel, has made just on ads. So no affiliate links, no marketing links, which you can see people have higher numbers in this category if they did other types of revenue streams. This is solely ad revenue. I did not do anything extra, nothing fancy. This is just that. Here we can see our top earning videos in the last 28 days. So this tells you how much money those very specific videos gave you in the last 28 days. So here, I posted this video a year ago, and it's still making money. So this is that human fall flat video I was telling you about. And then we have a bunch of Minecraft stuff. These are my most recent Minecraft videos, and this tells you how much money they made in the last 28 days. We also, something else that if you want to click see more, you can even dive deeper into your analytics. So here we can see all of our videos that we posted, how much estimated revenue that the videos made. You can see the individual playback CPM, see how that's different for all of these videos. It is widely different depending on if it's a Minecraft video or a Roblox video. So game matters, all of it matters. And then you got that YouTube Premium, which is awesome, and then other various revenue streams. And so that is always in the see more, and that allows you to really get that in depth. If you're a numbers person or you love analytics, that see more is going to be your favorite thing in the whole wide world. You're going to love it. All right, so then we have revenue sources. What are these revenue sources? Your estimated ad revenue. So this is just ad revenue that is coming to your stream here. There are your YouTube premium revenue, you can see, and then your transaction revenue. Transaction revenue is if you have members. Something to note, you don't get members until you reach 30,000 subscribers. That's when you can have members, or if you're turning YouTube terms to Twitch terms, members on YouTube is equivalent to subscribe on Twitch. So subscribe is follow and members is subscribe if you're doing Twitch terms to YouTube terms. So if you want to become a member, you can set different tiers, but we'll go over that more in the YouTube nitty gritty details workshop next time. So we have different ad types. What are the different ad types? So this is actually really interesting. So when you upload a video, you can select the different types of ads that are going to be shown on your videos. You can choose what you want. There's no reason not to click everything. Click it all. You want all the ads on your videos. This will make it so that you have the most amount of chance to get the most amount of money. If you, I don't see any negative reason to not click all of the different types of ad types to run on your videos. But what do these ad types mean? Skippable video ads are the skippable ads placed in the beginning or during a video. We've all seen these, right? When you load into YouTube and you click a video and it says play, or like you can skip this video in 5 minutes or 5 seconds. That's a skippable video ad. Bumper ads are the 6 second long ads, non skippable ads that are inserted before the main video. This is that beautiful YouTube premium ad revenue. If you have a non-skippable ad on your video, that is chef's kiss, the best thing, because you are going to get paid no matter what. So it tells you the percent of videos that were non-skippable versus skippable, which is really awesome. And then you got your display ads. Display ads, these are the ads or images that appear at the bottom of your video when it's playing. So we've seen those, right? Where you're in your video player and you have that display ad that comes right there, and you try to hit the little X to make it go away because it's just so annoying. And then sometimes you accidentally click the ad and you're like, just me, maybe, I don't know. So that's display ad. And then you have the non-skippable ads as well. The bumper and auction ads, those are the ads that could appear at the right-hand side of of YouTube. I might have one here, right? Yeah, right here. So this is a bumper ad. Someone paid to have this video here. And so this is an ad, and that's what an example of that is. I have TubeBuddy hooked up to my channel. So normally there would be another additional ad up here, but TubeBuddy kind of takes the place of that ad. And so you will not see it, my friend. All right. The other thing right here is transaction revenue. Transaction revenue is your channel membership. So like I said, if you received any super chats, or super chats is equivalent to somebody tipping in stream via like Streamlabs or Stream Elements. They can still do that. You can still hook up Streamlabs to your YouTube streams, but YouTube has an in browser feature of tipping. So they call it super chats. And if you ever watch Ninja stream, he just streamed on YouTube recently, or if you're watching Dr. Disrespect stream, you see those colors. So there'll be like a gold one and a red one and all those different things. Those are super chats. And depending on the duration, if you if you tipped $100, then your message will stay on screen longer. And there's like a time ticking down of how long it's staying on there. If you tipped $1, then your message will almost go away as soon as it comes up. And so that is what transactional revenue is. All right. So do we have any other questions before we go to before we go to your actual video analytics? We're almost done with the workshop. The video analytics are a lot more quick. There's just a couple differences and things to know about your video analytics, but this is your overall channel analytics. So far we have some questions. How do I gear my videos towards college students whom I want to be instead of your regular audience? So gearing your audience towards college students. So something you could do is research your demographics. So college students are generally, you could be an older college student, but generally college students are 18 to I think 22, 23, in that range. What kind of games are 18 to 23-year-olds playing? What kind of memes do they like? What is their favorite color? What kind of sayings are what are the kids saying? Are the kids still saying yeet? If college kids are saying yeet, then you say yeet in your videos. If college kids are using really fancy philosophical words, then you say fancy philosophical words in your videos. You're tailoring your content to appeal to college students. But what's going to be really interesting when you do this, your current audience, who is not your demographic right now, they're not interested in you anymore. They might not like the new videos that you're posting. So you're going to see a dip in viewership if you are trying to curate a new audience. And this is okay. What you need to do is do some tests. Right. So maybe upload 5 videos, not in a row, but like upload your next 5 videos will be curated to the audience that you want to curate. If they're biting, then you know that you're doing it right. If they're not biting and your old audience is complaining, you might be stuck with your old audience and you'll slowly curate a new audience. Maybe you could swear more in your videos. That might be a way to get some of the older crowd. If you're a gaming content creator, Vanos Gaming, his crew, I can guarantee you they have a demographic that's probably like 18 to like 35. Like their kind of content does not appeal to kids. It is not family friendly. They are swearing, they're lewd, they're memeing beyond the memes. Like their content is definitely curated to an older audience. So I would watch people that you want to watch, people that have the same audience as you, and create content that is similar to them. I over explained your question, but I felt like it was all very necessary. Remy has a question that says, not to go into a rabbit hole, but how do you know how accurate the gender analytics are for family friendly content if the real user or their user's parents' account? This is a really, really good question, Remy. It's very, very hard to figure out what's accurate and what's not. You can almost guarantee that your demographic, if you're showing numbers under the 20 range, then like the 20-year-old range, then those numbers are probably accurate and that's probably their actual YouTube channel. If you're making Roblox content but your demographic says they're 55, I would question that heavily. I don't think 55-year-old male or females are watching Roblox content. Roblox is a child's game. I would then realize, okay, if I was 55 years old, on average, how old would my child be? Well, what's that average age there? And then you're trying to think, okay, could they have multiple children? Could they have an older child and a younger child? You're trying to really think critically about how old your audience could be if they are using their parents' account. The other thing to note is maybe they're using a fake account. Maybe they just lied about their birthday. They made their own Google account. And kids are smart. Kids know how to do the thing. And so if they lied about their age and they're using, they just made up a Google account, that's something else to keep into account. So your analytics for your actual demographic, if you're family friendly and you're kind of questioning your demographic numbers, it's not super accurate. You just have to read through the lines. As told by Dylan, asked, to increase ad revenue, is there a target such average video length creators want to hit? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Videos should be over, this is new, 8 minutes. So before, you could only have your videos be 10 minutes in order to place mid-roll ads. So a mid-roll ad is when ads are able to be placed in the middle of your content video. But if now they change it to be 8 minutes. So if your video is 8 minutes or longer, you can then have mid-roll ads. The more ads that are in your video, the more money you will make if people are watching that entire video. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. And like when you're posting, I would also put your ads. I've been playing around with my ad revenue recently. I noticed a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that people were not watching my video. So I would put an ad at the 4-minute mark. my average view duration would be like 3:59. So right at that 4-minute mark, people would dip, they would leave. And then I was like, okay, let's see what happens if in this next video I put the ad at the 6-minute mark. What would happen then? As predicted, people are staying until 5:59, right? So now I've started playing around with putting ads in the 7 to 8-minute mark, and I'm seeing that people are staying. And once you get to a certain mark level in a video, people are invested. They're going to stay and watch because they're invested in your content. So you at least got them there. I put ads in, if it's a 15-minute video, I would probably put ads in the 6 to 7-minute range, and then maybe in the like 12 range as well, or like the 10, 11 range. So every like 4 to 5 minutes, I would throw an ad in there. We also have a question that says, also, how often should a creator or a channel manager dive into these numbers? Daily, weekly, monthly? Yeah, so this is just dependent on how often you post. So if you're posting content daily, your YouTube ads on that, or your analytics on that ad, or what am I trying to say? If you posted a video, say you posted a video today, your analytics on that video aren't going to be accurate until maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. So every 2 days from when you post a video, you can dive in. But I would definitely, at the very least, weekly look at these analytics and really see, like, okay, what's going on, what videos are changing, because as we have noticed in the top 28 videos that we saw, I totally disregarded a Roblox video I did, because when I first saw it, like first did the analytic deep dive on that video, I was like, wow, this video tanked. I'm not doing Roblox anymore. I can't believe this idea fell through the roof. And now it's like trending, for not trending on YouTube, but it's trending for me. I have this skyrocket of views that are coming to this video. So that's something interesting. And you'll only know that those trends are happening if you are keeping track and looking at your video analytics weekly. Is there any other questions that we have so far on channel analytics before we dive into video analytics? And then video analytics, this is going to be a lot quicker. We're going to breeze through it pretty quickly because most of it's the same, but there's a couple things that are a little different, some things that you want to pay attention per video. I'm going to take a sip of tea while you guys maybe question back. All right. No questions. Perfect. All right, let's go into your specific video analytics. How do we get there? All right, so we're back at our channel page, right? To get to your specific video analytics, what you're going to do is you're going to hover over videos so you can see your exact video, like your exact video list. So these are all the videos I've ever posted on YouTube. You can see analytics for all of them. Here's some like quick analytics you can see. So you can see, all right, it's monetized, we're good. You can see a quick little view count, how many comments. You can see the likes versus dislikes. That's not really that helpful. To really see what's going on in all of these, what you're going to want to do is, like, here you see this analytic button. And so see, if you don't hover over it, you can't see it. If you do hover over it, you can see it. And so you can do that for all of these videos. So we'll just dive into this one and we can see the exact analytics for this particular video. So let's go over the specific video analytics. These are going to be mostly the same, but a little different. So just like in the overview, the channel overview, we have overview reach, engagement, audience, revenue, but this is on a much smaller scale. We have a lot more going on here. Here, it lets you see the most important stats from each of the following tabs. So here are all of these stats, and here are all these tabs. These stats we'll see in these tabs as well. But this is like a really good overview. That's why it's called overview of what's going on with this video. So your views, this is how many people viewed the video. Watch time is how many times people spent watching the video. Subscribers, how many people who subscribed during or after watching this video. So this is actually really cool. The subscribers, so because people saw this video 429 people decided to click subscribe because of this video. That's really cool to see. So you can see how many people are subscribing because of the video. If people are unsubscribing, you'll know, because if people are not subscribing but they're unsubscribing, this will be a negative. I've had that before where I uploaded a video that I was still figuring out my niche, and it was like -15. And I was like, why, people? Why? I'm sorry, come back. So this will tell you if people are liking your content. Um, you'll also get to see the estimated revenue. So this video generated $66 for me. So with this graph here, you can see how this video compares to typical performance for your other videos. So the gray is the typical average performance of your videos. This is the line of your actual video. So this tells me it did really, really good. It outperformed my typical videos, and it's continuing to outperform. And I believe I posted this video in when did I guess I published this on August 6th. So when I was still getting that bump of July revenue, I had a really good bump in July. This is kind of the tail end of that. So that's pretty good. Real time. This is very similar to overview, except it's specifically on this video. So real time, this is how many people viewed this video in the last 48 hours. And if you hover over these little bars, it tells you from 5 to 6 a.m., 8 people watched this video. And you can see how many people are watching the video and when they're watching it, which is pretty cool. It also tells you the source. So how they found the video. Was it suggested to them? Was it a channel page that they found it on? Did they find it through a browse feature or a playlist? So it tells you how they found the video and how many views you got in the last 48 hours. You can change this to the last 60 minutes if you want, but it by default is on 48 hours. You can also change this to since published. You can also change it to the last 28 days, the last 7 days. So if you want to see how this particular video did in the last 7 days versus maybe I posted this video a year ago, and I want to know how it did in the last 7 days, then this will look very different. This is a really, really cool feature. And this, for anyone who's wondering about audience retention and how to get information, this is great. So, audience retention, this is probably one of the most important things that you will see on your channel, besides average view duration and besides click through rate. So, those are the two really important analytics that you need to look at. But this is the why. Okay. So, what this is right here is the audience retention. So average view duration for this video is 6 minutes and 37 seconds. So 31% of people watched my video for 6 minutes. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. I can't tell you what the general average view duration is on YouTube. It varies widely depending on how long the video is. Again, if your video is 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and your average view duration is 4 or 5 minutes, that's a really bad average view duration because they're not even watching half the video. But if this video, I think this video is like what, 20 minutes? Yeah. So this is a 21-minute video. They watched a quarter of it. We'll dive into why, right? Uh, what you can do is you can click see more. This feature is going to be your best friend. So not only do you get a video player of your video, you can go here and click in and see exactly what was going on. So people were watching, they're engaged. All of a sudden, they're not engaged anymore. What was I doing? I was going through chests in Minecraft. That tells me people don't want to see me going through chests. They're not engaged anymore. If there's a weird peak, like right here, there's a little weird peak slash dip. What's going on here? There's something was on the screen, so that was engaging. So I had text on the screen. It continues to go down. What's going on here? So you can actually see the point that people are tuning out and getting bored, which is awesome. Is there a certain percent average duration that is ideal, or does it really just depend? I think it depends. I think if you're putting up content, well, honestly, there's you want to have a high view duration. The higher your average view duration, the more likely the YouTube algorithm will actually push your video. So you want to have a high average view duration. And how do you do that? How do you get people to stick around? Engaging content. So if you watch any gaming YouTube channel, you're going to get a lot of like words on the screen, memes going left, memes going right. You're going to get a lot of hyper edits that we talked about in my YouTube basics workshop. These hyper edits are going to be what's going to keep people on the screen. If you want to know what your target if your target demographic is kids, I implore you to watch Nickelodeon, watch the Disney Channel, watch those ads. Don't necessarily watch the shows. I mean, you could watch the shows if you want to, but when you're just like on Nickelodeon ads, it's like weird sound effects. You got someone talking in a silly voice. You got lights, camera, you've got the works when you're watching kids television. That's to keep these kids engaged, glued to the TV. You are competing with Nickelodeon if your demographic is children, right? If I'm trying to target these college kids, right, with my demographic, I need to be watching what they're watching so I know how to target them in my YouTube videos. So that is a good indicator of this tells you what they're watching and when they're clicking away, which is amazing. And if you're noticing a lot of people are clicking away at a certain point, so this is a pretty gradual graph. This is not bad. When I look at this, I see they're getting bored, like right around the 11-minute mark they're getting bored. What this tells me is that I need to make my videos shorter. People don't want to watch a 21-minute video, at least Minecraft content. If you're talking about podcast content, that's a little different, but uh, people don't want to watch this long of a video. They're getting bored around the halfway mark, which is expected when it's 20. Like, this is a show. This is the length of a TV show that they're choosing to watch. So that's something that is good to know. All right, what else do we have in our overview? That's about it. Let's go to our reach. So when we go to reach, we have very, very similar to our channel overview. The one thing that is going to be so important is your impressions click-through rate. This is a very important number. I cannot tell you enough how important your click-through rate and your average view duration are. Those two things are what feed the algorithm. If you're not feeding high numbers, like your CTR and your AVD are not high enough, the algorithm does not care about your video. So again, what is CTR? What's click-through rate? This determines how successful you were at capturing an audience based on your thumbnail and your title. So click-through rate is thumbnail and title. The algorithm will favor your video if this number is high. Brownie points if you have a high AVD and CTR, because that means the algorithm is going to recommend your video. So remember, half of all YouTube channels have a CTR of about 2 to 10%. So if you have a 2 per 10%, you're normal. Congratulations. Yay, you're normal. You're an average view duration, or I mean click-through rate. If your number is below 2, then consider your thumbnail game. Maybe your thumbnails are yucky. Maybe you're uploading the default thumbnail. Never upload the default thumbnail. You should be making curated thumbnails. If your thumbnail is over, if you're getting over, I would say like 6 to 7, 9, 8, 10, over 10, 11, 12, 15% CTR. Yes, and more yes. Whatever you did in that thumbnail, do it again in your next video because it's working. Whatever you did is working and your viewers are engaging with that thumbnail because engagement is how YouTube runs. So what else is new on the reach thing? So you'll still get your regular source type of analytics here, but here you'll notice that it says notifications. So what is that? What does that mean? Notifications. This is how many people came to watch the video because they received a notification. So for me, that number is at 5.5%. So that means 5% of people who came to watch my video got a push notification on their phone, saw that the thumbnail or title was engaging enough, and they said, yeah, I'll watch that. Click. And that's what that is. So 5% of people who got notifications uh, watched my video. Here we have the bell notification sent. So what does that mean? You always hear YouTubers say, ring the bell. This allows the consumer to get the push notifications. So this tells me that all of my notifications were sent. So everyone who has the notifications turned on, 100% of them got the notification. But here we go. The click-through rate was 3.1%. So it tells you, typical on YouTube, of people that actually click the bell notification, the people that actually click the notification from the bell is 0.5 to 2.5. So I'm above that. That's great. That's great news. That means that this thumbnail, people liked it. People liked the title. And so people clicked on that. From those notifications, it tells you from views from bell notifications. So 910 people got that push notification on their phone and then clicked my video. That's awesome. That's great news. Some other things that are a little different than the overall channel analytics that we're going to see. We have something else that will be slightly different is the suggested video source. So these videos aren't always my videos, right? So this right here, this is an AFMAO video. So if we go on see more, this is what's going to be really interesting. These are the videos. And so we talked about here, right? The videos that are suggested, the ones that are up next. So these are the videos that people are going to be watching that YouTube suggests to you. Where did that go? So these are the videos of people that their suggested videos pushed me. So this is an AFMAO video right here. I can see that the people who got this, 258 people got the suggested notification from that video. I can see that 7% of the people that saw it clicked on my video. I can also see that they watched my video for 9 minutes and 54 seconds. That's incredible. They watched this video for 10 minutes. So this is fantastic information. What this tells me is the other content creators on YouTube that share a similar algorithm that my videos have. So what you want to do is look at whose videos are also pushing to your channel. I have a lot of AFMAO videos here. So AFMAO is my mentor. She's someone who helped me really understand the YouTube space. And so her videos are coming to me. So this is also an Inquisitor video. So Inquisitor Masters a Roblox channel. Her videos are coming to me too. And that's something that you want to know. You want to watch the people's videos and understand their channel, because you guys share something in common. The YouTube algorithm is very smart. It's probably sentient, I swear. Like, it is so smart. It knows everything. And if it's telling you that these content creators have similar content to you, then you should study their content and mimic their content, not steal it. Mimic their content in your own way and find out, okay, if I having a ton of AFMAO content, what's AFMAO doing? Can I apply that to my channel and make content that's similar than that? And that's how I will generate more views and get more engagement, because engagement is important on YouTube. Something else that might be a little different is we have our source data. So these are the traffic source playlists. So these are all playlists that people that either are from me or from other channels. So this is a playlist from my playlist. Uploads from MacNcheesePlz. So that's a playlist from me. And then temporary playlist, that's not me, that's not my channel. So you can see that other people are putting videos of mine in their own playlist, like videos they like to watch and whatnot. Those are ways to see where people are coming from to watch your videos. All right, engagement. Very, very similar to the other screen. right? So engagement for individuals and videos will have slightly less overall information, but still very important. So here we have our average view duration. It's 6 minutes and 37 seconds on this video. That's pretty good. It's up from before, but for a 21-minute video, it's all right. Engagement for individual videos will have slightly less information, but again, average view duration is so important. Other analytics that you may be interested in are the likes versus the dislikes. So if this video has 98% likes, that's also interesting. You can see the audience retention. We saw this on the overview page. So a lot of the stuff on the overview page is just regurgitated in here, but more in depth. And again, the see more allows you to see even more the different stuff that's on there. Um, you can also see the percentage of people that are clicking your end screen element setup. So on this specific video has an end screen and 4.5% of people are clicking it. So the channel average is 6%. So that means the end screen information that I put for this video isn't as interesting as some other stuff. Under audience, so this is where, again, things continue to stay creepy. YouTube continues to be creepy in the audience, and even more so on the video level than the channel level. So, audience on the video scale continues to be creepy, and it allows you to see, again, people who watch this particular video, how many are subscribed versus not subscribed. We have this unique viewers, we have average viewers, we have the people that subscribe because they watch the video. But this is pretty interesting right here. So unique viewers is the number of unique views in the video received. So notice how it's different from the overall views of this video. This video, I think, has like 30,000 or something like that views, but the unique views is how many people are actually watching it. And how does that number vary? Why does it vary? So average views per viewer, that means an average person is watching this 1.5 times. So maybe 2 times, maybe they watched one of it again, they went back and watched half of it, and maybe mom called them in for supper or something. So this number will correlate to this number in a way. Subscribers, again, this is how many people who subscribe specifically from watching this video or during this video, they hit the subscribe, because we can see right here. Well, I'm subscribed to my own channel, but if you were not subscribed to my channel, there would be a subscription button right here. And then if this wasn't an ad, there's also a subscribe icon that you can click on right here. I'll show you how to do that in the nitty gritty details workshop. That will be my next workshop. Um, and then the age and gender continues to get creepy. So if we do see more here, we can see that this particular video, 72% of females preferred it over 27% males. So this is even more so a higher female count than my channel average. So we're seeing that more females are watching my Minecraft content than males are. And we can see the breakdown of the watch time hours, how long they're watching it for. And we see that males are not really watching it as long as the females are. So that's also really good, interesting information. We can see the top countries that are watching it as well. So very similar to the overall channel analytics. And then lastly, we're almost done. Revenue. So revenue allows you to see specifically how this video performed monetarily. So we saw how much money we were getting for the overall channel. Now we can see how much money this particular video is getting. And again, you will not see this revenue tab until you're monetized on YouTube. So the revenue, you'll notice this RPM and this CPM. This is different than the numbers that I showed you on my overall channel. So this number and this number will vary. It's always going to vary based on the video. So you can't always say, well, this last video had an RPM of 7, so that means this next video is going to be really good. It doesn't work like that. Every video is unique. So and the content's unique too. that is just something to keep in mind. Similar to channel analytics, you get to see specific revenue sources from this video as well as the types of ads. So here are the types of ads that played on this video and the various percents of revenue that I got. So my estimated revenue was $65. I got some of that premium revenue, so that is $1.20 there. And then this video is not applicable for transactions because it's on a live stream. If it was a live stream, I would have transaction revenue. And what's fun and interesting and awesome, and I wish Twitch did this. So with Google Analytics, the analytics you get on your regular day-to-day videos, you get the same exact analytics on your YouTube live streams. So you can see exactly who's watching your live streams, your exact demographic. You can find out everything about them on YouTube versus Twitch, where our analytics are okay, but they're nothing compared to the YouTube analytics. All right, we have some final little tidbits of information. We are about done with our analytic deep dive, and then we'll open it up for some questions. Oh wait, we do have a question. So the question is, this might be a really good specific question, but do you have any tips for how to tag and title content that may not be super hot YouTube search content, things that aren't gaming / reactions? Yes, I'll answer that after we go through the last little tidbit. So I'll keep you hanging right there. So the last little tidbit. So when looking at your analytics, you'll want to pay close attention to your latest video performance. So this allows you to see how well your videos do compared to the other videos. So on your channel page, that little box that showed how your video is ranking compared to your other videos, that is something that you really want to pay attention to because it's going to show you how well that idea stacked up against your last 10 uploads. So it's going to be really important to know. Your detail analytics are a little off in the beginning, so wait a few days before you dive deep into video analytics. So YouTube takes, I think, like 24 hours, sometimes even 48 hours to fully be accurate, but you can get a good general idea. Your CTR, your click-through rate, is always going to be higher in your first 24 hours. Ignore that CTR. That CTR doesn't start getting accurate until about a week later. A week, maybe 4 to 5 days. That's how you really know if it's a good thumbnail. So don't be like, wow, this thumbnail is great. 20%. Everybody gets excited about a new upload from a channel. So your click-through rate's going to be a little bit inaccurate just to start. Some other things that you want to note, it's a good idea to look back at your analytics on past videos after a few weeks and see if anything's changed. So if we head back to our analytics page and we see our analytic overview, so remember when I said it's important to look at your channel analytics. So this time period here, we can see all of these videos are the most viewed videos, and we can see what's going on. If there was a peak or valleys, it's important to see your CTR and your AVD if it was good. So if I open up this video, which has another little trend. So when I first uploaded it, it was doing okay, right? And then in July, it got that awesome boost out of nowhere. It got a boost, but now it's a second leg. It has another little boost right here. I don't know what's going on, but this tells me that the video did particularly well. So what I'm going to want to look for is this average view duration, 5 minutes and 24 seconds, which is okay, but the video is 15 minutes. So that means they watch it for at least a quarter of time. There's a weird spike right here, right? So if I want to really deep dive into this, I can go to see more and see what happened at that spike. Why are people watching right there? That's interesting. And then I can also look at the reach and see that the click-through rate, 8.4%. That tells me this thumbnail, top tier. I should start making thumbnails that have big axes in them and arrows and a silly face, right? So this tells you basically the success of your YouTube video. All right, guys, I know that we went over our time. We always go over time. There's just so much to talk about when it comes to YouTube. Sticking it to an hour is so difficult, but I hope you guys found this really, really good. There are a lot of questions. So let's go into some questions we have. So Dylan says, so study the things like your intended audience is into. Yeah, so no, like what your audience is into, what your intended audience is interested in, you should also understand that. So if you're trying to curate an audience that's a little older, then you want to make older references in your videos. You want to maybe play music in your video that curates to an older audience. So those are important things to keep in mind. Um, and then the other thing, so tips for how to tag and title content that may not be super hot on YouTube search content. Yeah. So tags and titling is so important. I believe tags, it will help you. YouTube says otherwise. When you upload a video, it says this tag isn't really important, but if you want to do it, you can. Like it literally says that. But something to keep in mind, when people put a query into Google search, they're usually looking, they have questions, right? So if you're making stream content, how to be a good Twitch streamer, you're typing that into Google, and YouTube videos are popping up as well as articles are popping up. So you'll want to tag your videos appropriately. So if you're talking about a workshop or something, maybe if we're talking about Lucid Box's um, presentation that they just did about conventions, you could do tags like conventions 2020, no conventions in 2020, why aren't there conventions in 2020, what conventions are happening in 2020, the fate of conventions, like stuff like that. So the tags that you're going to be putting in your videos are what basically what I do when I'm looking to make tags is I think, what would I search to find this video? How would I personally try to find this video? Those are the kinds of tags and titles that you should be putting in your video. So you want to use buzzwords from your title in your tags. So if your video is about conventions and you have a bunch of tags about conventions, you 100% want to put conventions in your title in some way, shape, or form. The YouTube Basics workshop that I did actually goes into this in depth. I 100% recommend it. It's also another whirlwind. It's like an hour and a half. I'm sorry. But it's also really, really good information for you to have about YouTube Basics and how to really stand out on YouTube. Any other questions before we wrap it up? I hope that I was able to break down these analytics for you in an easy to understand format. These analytics, when you first look at all these numbers, they're really, really scary. And you're like, I don't know what any of this means. How do I know if I'm doing it correctly? I hope I was able to take off some of the scariness of these numbers and really break down that what you should be looking at the very, very least, is click-through rate and average view duration. If you can understand those two things, then you are rock solid, and everything else will just fall into place later when you're ready to understand it. So, what would be the top 3 stats to always look at? I would say your click through rate, your average view duration, and then something else that you should definitely monitor when you upload a video, how that video is doing in comparison to your other videos. So your 1 through 10, if you're having shop talk with a YouTuber, they'll talk about their like 1 through 10 videos, and they'll be like, oh man, I uploaded a video and it hit 7. If you don't understand, like, that kind of talk is what they're talking about. They're talking about how that video stacked up against their most recent uploads, and those are the numbers that are important. You want that most recent upload to be number 1 or number 2, maybe number 3 every single time. If it's not, then that video's thumbnail or title wasn't good enough. Or maybe if the click through rate is really high but the average view duration is really low, that tells me that the thumbnail and title were great but the content was bad, and so people weren't interested in the content and they clicked away. So you have to find ways to make more engaging content. That would be the three things that I would look at the most if you're just starting off and this is all like super crazy and you're like, I don't like all these numbers. That's what I would look at. Any other questions, my friends? Any other questions before we head out for today? I think we might be wrapping up. I'm going to sip some tea, allow you guys to think about it. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm your host, MacNcheesePlz, and I hope you enjoyed our analytic deep dive of YouTube. If you would like to see more StreamerSquare shows, you can check out our content on Mondays, on Tuesdays, and on Wednesdays. You can also visit our website to get more information and articles based on your streaming needs. And don't forget to look out on Twitter too. We post awesome Twitter threads about stuff that's going on and that's important. So those are things that you can reach out to find out more stuff about StreamerSquare. I'm again Mac and Cheese, please, and I will see you guys in our next workshop where we're going to talk about YouTube nitty gritty details. So those little things about YouTube that you might not know about. That's our next workshop with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.